go! The standard is the standard. We set the standard.
Welcome to Time Beef Huddle. I'm your host, DJ K-Dub Omaha. Welcome back. 2 weeks off from the show because we had a lot going on. We had the NFL draft. Did your teams do good?
My team did great.
Who's your team?
Seahawks. Go Seahawks, man.
Oh.
Dude, like we have an NFC West.
We do. What are we doing here?
I'm a Rams fan. He's a 49ers fan.
Oh,
so,
okay, cool.
I mean, so it is an NFC West rivalry here. Is what it is, so. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I was completely shocked when they took Ty Simpson, because, I mean, I was thinking it was going to be Lemon or somebody else, I mean, what really shocked me was I guess the Rams had a trade in place to move back like 5 or 6 spots, but the Dolphins had drafted Proctor like the pick before, and that's who the Lions were going to trade up and do a swap with because they know one another and stuff like that. So, but hey, I mean, look, you don't know how bad you need a person until you don't have somebody in that spot. So, and we had nobody behind Stafford.
See, people talk about the Niners like, I have to trust John Lynch and what he's doing. Now, the only thing I can't trust right now is the medical staff because it's like they're always hurt. But as far as the picks, I always feel things are in the right direction. He's always taking.
You guys got crazy injuries last year.
Dude, it ain't just last year. It's been years.
I mean, but you know what, though? Here's the thing is, I think a true testament, Coach Negron, when we were in the office, we were talking about this. I mean, dude, we were talking about Kyle Shanahan. We might even said on the show, Kyle Shanahan should be like in the conversation for Coach of the Year because they were competitive every single week and they were losing major pieces. I mean, they were losing some big time players off of that team. And I mean, they still beat my team. We were talking about it and like, they're all favorite, like, nah, man, I've seen these games way too many times, blah, 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 and all that. We lost,
I never talk stuff because anything can happen, but I also still have self-doubt because of the injuries. I do have that, so that's why I can't talk stuff because injuries sometimes lead to that loss.
Well, one thing I think we can all agree on, even though the Cardinals are holding up the rear here, we play in a tough freaking division. I mean, like when you look, I mean, I think we have the 5th toughest schedule. The Seahawks, I think, have the 7th, and the 49ers might be like the 10th. I mean, it's tough. I mean, we play in a very tough. Not schedule conference. I meant to say we play in a tough division.
Yeah,
got to get my words right here. We play in a very tough division, arguably the toughest division in the NFL, and I remember
for sure the toughest division.
Well, I mean, but like several years though, I remember I remember for a while it was a laughing stock.
Unless you're the last one, right? And we won't talk about them. But
nobody here on the couch is. Well, maybe our other player, it's our special guest. Maybe he's a Cardinals fan.
I hope not. It could be very bad.
I hope not for him.
Well, we appreciate everybody joining us tonight. We know that we've taken the past 2 weeks off for Primetime Beef Huddle, going through some things. We had an unfortunate bye week last week. But look at where we're going to be this week, playing at the Slaughterhouse Saturday, 6:30. Make sure to get your tickets either at beeffootball.com. Come down to the arena 1 hour before, doors open. Or you can call the office, and I'm sure Ricky and them will figure it out and get you guys taken care of. But I do have to ask for this Georgia man here.
Yes, sir.
From Perry, Georgia. Graduated from Kentucky State Thoroughbreds.
Go Braves, go Braves.
Was on the All-Star team as well. Got picked up for that. But how did you become a Seattle Seahawks out of Atlanta, Georgia area?
Man.
Instead of the dirty bird, you wanted the clean bird. I don't know.
I'm trying. From the Falcon to the Hawk.
I'm trying to help you out.
Go ahead. Your people back in Georgia are going, I can't believe he said that. Go ahead. How did you become Seahawks fan real quick?
So growing up, I liked football, but I didn't love it. I kind of like basketball more. But then I started watching football a little bit more and more, and I'm at Georgia, and everybody's a Falcons fan. So, of course, I don't want to go with the bandwagon. I'm like, man, I want to be different from everybody else.
Oh, here we go.
So, Legion of Boom era came.
Okay, ooh, and your defense.
And it made me love football.
You know what?
Like, I loved football. I started playing Madden. I played
This is why this dude's on the defense. It all makes sense now. It all makes sense as a linebacker.
The Legion of Boom era made me love the Seahawks. I've been a fan ever since.
Well, welcome to the show. Welcome to the fan base.
But so 2 things is one, since we're talking about the draft, the year Julio Jones came out. I wanted the Rams to get him so bad.
Well, yeah, you're just hoping for another turf madness going
something.
on.
But so what about though when the Falcons were playing the Patriots in the Super Bowl? Were you going for the Falcons, or like since everybody's team, you're going for the other side, or how'd that go down?
I was going for the Patriots, man. I don't know. There's too many Falcons fans around me.
And then an epic meltdown. I mean, like all I will say is,
hold on, that was Kyle Shanahan too.
I mean, all I'm going to say is, I mean, just thank goodness. I mean, look, I'm a big time trash talker. Okay, I talk a lot of trash.
No,
and so if I was a Falcons fan, the way that game was going, the amount of trash I would have been talking, or vice versa. If I was going for the Patriots and they flipped the script on them, oh my God. I mean, that would be trash talking heaven, like one way or the other. You know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you were anywhere in Georgia that day, once the tide start to turn, I was in Buffalo Wild Wings watching the game. And you could have sworn Michael Jackson was on stage. Like, it was going crazy. Everybody was, it was like 31-12 going into.
It was something. I don't remember what. It was a 28-point lead they blew. I know it was 28 points.
And then once everybody started getting more quiet. And
you weren't cheering though, where you were just staying quiet.
I was cheering.
Okay.
I was like, man, y'all, you never go against Tom Brady. That's my number one rule. You never go against Tom Brady. And then number 2 rule, never go against Patrick Mahomes. Because
I don't know about that. No, I'm joking. The Niners have lost to him. I can't say nothing. But when did you start loving football? I love that you brought up that basketball was your first love. You started really rolling football. When did that roll for you?
Well, I'll say the person who really, I guess, kind of got me into football was, my dad. He wanted me to play football. Then my big brother, he played football, but my big brother was naturally athletic. I wasn't naturally athletic, so I kind of wanted to do
Ron Johnson on the team.
Yeah,
is that what it says?
I'm just kidding.
Nah, he's doing good. I like what he's doing on that defensive side.
Oh yeah, so my brother, he got me into it because I was just seeing. I'm like, man, he looked pretty cool out there. Like everybody's a fan of him. He was one of those guys who played quarterback, then go and play corner, then go play running back the next play. Like, one of those PB football players who's just good at everything.
Get the ball in his hands.
I was the guy they put at like right tackle because they didn't know where to put me.
You were like a tweener. Yeah, you were the tweener. I got
you. For sure. Like they didn't know where to put me. So I was just out there. I was like, man, okay, whatever. Then I started watching Sean Taylor highlights. And I said, oh,
there we go. Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Yeah. Then I started wearing 21. So I wore 21 all the way through high school, all the way through college and all that. Like 21 has been my number. Because then when Sean Taylor died, I was like, man.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Sean Taylor. And then I just started loving football. I was a Redskins fan at first. And then, I transitioned. I got a little older, started maturing.
RJ3, it's still not finished.
We're almost there.
RJ3 era passed. I was like, okay, all right. Then Legion of Boom came along. I started being a Seahawks fan. But that's really why I started loving football. I'll pretty much say my big brother was just good at everything, every sport, the most athletic, and I just wasn't that. But I saw his work ethic, and then I started to pick up on it.
You get to Kentucky State, you get the opportunity to play college ball. What was that like for you, and what was that experience for you?
Man, it was great. It was such a blessing. Just like I said, my brother, he was like Perry High School was small. It's a lot bigger now, but like we send D1 kids out every year. But when in my era, my brother, so you guys know who Casey Hayward is? Anybody know Casey Hayward? Casey Hayward. He played in the
Ohio
NFL
State?
for. No, he went to Vanderbilt and then he played with the Raiders. He played with the
what position?
Corner. He's a cornerback. He was all pro. He was all pro like 2 years, but it was kind of a couple years ago. But anyway, Casey Hayward signed a Division I scholarship in 2009, I believe, and since then nobody signed a football scholarship until my brother did in 2016.
So where'd he go?
He went to Kentucky Wesleyan.
Okay,
which was kind of crazy. So I was like, okay. So then a couple people signed there, like. And then I was able to sign and go to college, and it was free. And I was just such a blessing for my, my parents don't have to pay for me to go to school. I can go get a degree for free. And I loved it. And yeah,
when did you take on the role of linebacker?
About my sophomore year of high school, I played linebacker. I was playing running back at first, like through middle school and through first part of high school, I was playing running back, fullback. We ran a wing
It's
tee.
a,
So I was at,
it's
like,
a common
fullback.
transition, linebacker, fullback,
yeah.
running back.
Because I always like the contact, so they'll put me in the block. But I'm like, I'm not getting enough contact. I'm not getting no touchdowns. So I went to linebacker.
You know why? Because
then-
once you hit someone one time through the hole,
Yeah,
they're not looking to meet you at the hole.
It was just boring. I was
Yeah.
like, man, nah, man. So then, so transition to linebacker. We ran a 3-3-5 in high school, so I kind of played Sam. So I rushed off the edge a little bit. I led my team in sacks, and I was like second in tackles, something like that. But I had like the most TFLs and sacks. So I just loved. I started balling, like, in my area, like Houston County. It's a lot of talent out there, like Jake Fromm. Like I was playing Jake Fromm, Marquez Callaway. Like it's a lot of people that come from that area, just at different schools besides mine, really. But so it was a lot of competition for sure. But
what changed for you in college? What did you have to adjust to? What was some of the big things that you got to do in college?
Man, I'll say college for sure is more about work, like not work ethic, more or less time management. Because if you have good coaches in college, they'll kind of lead you, you lead a horse to water, but you gotta, can't can't make them drink. So I had great coaches in college, but my time management was bad. So I was a 3.8 GPA student in high school. I had like high SAT. I was like top 20 in my class and all that. My first semester of college, I was almost ineligible just because my time management was just so poor, like having so much freedom. And then having like football, we had 6 a.m. workouts. Then I'd have to go to class, and then we'd have weightlifting, and then we'll have practice at night. And it was just, I don't know. I just didn't grasp it the way I should have so fast. But then I picked up.
He wasn't going to class, Kendall.
I wasn't going to class. I was
you know
partying.
what though? It takes a lot for someone to talk this way because whether you're young or older, we of course have a lot of kids who always are all about the players here. If they could take these one little nuggets of just get your butt to class and do your work,
just go to
from
class.
the ones that are playing it at a level where they're really enjoying it and buying in, it just means a lot because you're willing to talk about mistakes or things you could have done better. I wish I could have.
What's the old saying? If I only knew then what I know now.
Yeah.
I mean, we hear that all the time.
day.
Yeah.
And then after college, what happened?
So I went to my last couple years of college were like really good. I won like all conference awards, and I won the Hall of Fame award at my school and all that. So I went to, it's this big all-star game that when Deion Sanders went to Jackson State or whatever, he kind of started showing, because Kentucky State is HBCU, if I haven't said it already. So they kind of started shining the lights on HBCUs and things of that nature. So they have this game called the HBCU Legacy Bowl. And it's kind of, I'll say it's kind of the third biggest all-star game you could go to besides the Reese's Bowl and probably the NFLPA Bowl, the NFLPA All-Star game. I'll say it's probably 3 or 4, depending on how you feel about the Tropical Bowl. But anyways, it's played on NFL Network. That's why it's like such a big deal. So I went there and I went to the game and we started going there and we got there, we started doing orientation and all that. I'm like, man, I look at the linebacker room. It's like 10 linebackers there. It's like 4 or 5 All-American linebackers. I'm like, man, like, okay,
you're in all conference. You obviously fit in,
but it's like, man, like, politics is one, like, you got to be paying attention to politics. So then I look at the defensive line and it's like 5 defensive line. So, I told myself, I'm like, man, to get on the field and make sure like I'm really going to get on the field and showcase what I can do during this All-Star game, I'm going to go to defensive end. So that's what I did. I went to defensive end and it was kind of like nerve-wracking for me because like we're doing one-on-ones and all types of drills and it's all 32 NFL scouts on the back wall. Like every single NFL team that you can think of, they're all sitting there. It's like, man, what am I supposed to do? So you'll do bag drills. As soon as you go through the bag drills, they write stuff down. It's like, dang, am I doing the bag drill right? Like you start overthinking things.
And he's trying to position he ain't played.
And I'm in a position like, but I played stand-up in college. So, I've been versatile. So I played 6 positions on defense in college.
Okay.
So I played nickel, Sam, will, stand-up in, hand in the dirt. And as you can say, then I played 3-4 odd outside linebacker, if you want to count that as a
Hope Loftus is writing all this down.
I tried to tell him. So I played. it was just kind of like the technique thing because I'm really a linebacker, but it was just like certain techniques. Like I don't know if I'm going around this bag drill right, because they look at stuff like your hip flexibility and your ankle mobility,
which arm, which hand,
which hand, which your placement. They're watching everything, so it was just kind of making me like, man, I don't know if I'm doing stuff right, but we started doing one-on-ones and I started cooking. I was like, okay, I'm good. So Legacy Bowl went great. I had interviews with like after that first day of practice, I went and talked to the Ravens and I went and talked to the Colts and stuff like that. And they like just asked me a whole bunch of questions. There was like, they talked to my high school coach and I was like, really? Like you talk to my, NFL scouts, but they don't tell you, they'll ask you about anything, like the stuff that you don't think that'll matter. So if any kids watching this, make sure you're nice to the lunch ladies and everybody else, because they will ask about your character. Like they will go a long way to ask about your character.
I mean, it's kind of like the interview. I mean, before we even got to the show, I already said, "Hey, you're from Perry." I already like,
yeah.
Like those things have to be known when they're looking at who they're trying to select, and I can only imagine at the NFL level, it's very high on depth.
Yep.
What was your final experience from all that?
So it didn't really. Well, I had a mini camp with the Saints, so I went with the Saints for a couple of days, and Osme didn't really lead so much. It's kind of, I went to a D2 school, and I'm there with people from Ole Miss and Texas and stuff like that. And not saying that they wasn't good or deserving to be there, but a lot of stuff be politics once you get up to that level. So, but it was a great experience. After that, I got a call, I signed to an agency or whatever. Then I got a call to go play in the IFL for the Green Bay Blizzard. So then I went and played with the Blizzard for the last 2 seasons. And then at the end of last season, like right before playoffs or whatever, I got released and went to the Iowa Barnstormers team. So I've been playing arena ball since then. I believe I'm the youngest vet in arena ball. I'm 24 and this is my 3rd year. Somebody got to look that up somewhere.
All right. We'll get someone look at that up.
I might be the youngest vet in arena ball, but yeah.
What has made Omaha feel like a home for you these past couple of weeks?
Man, the environment, the team, man, I love it. We do the Pledge of Allegiance. We say home of the beef. Like, I love that, man. It's so cool to be. But yeah, man, got great owners. I've been to
that guy right there.
Yeah.
Or the guy out there. I don't know, one of them.
Man, these are the coolest owners I've ever had. They're so hands-on with the players, man. It's usually not like that at a lot of places. You'll be surprised. So yeah, I love it here at the Beef, man.
And then, of course, getting your story out and getting people to know. How's it been with that? Obviously, we've asked some weird questions. We've put you to the test to make sure that Beef Nation understands who number 42 is. How has that felt for you to get more of who is Jalen Johnson?
Man, it feels great, man. You guys do a great job. I love all the social media videos and stuff that we do to try to get publicity and stuff for us out and all that, man. It's been great. Yeah.
Well, as we have always said, we always try to get you to that next level or whatever your goals are, but you got to put it in work. What's the biggest change for you this year, these past couple of weeks, that you've really instilled in yourself? I know I've said it on the show and I've said it on the coaches show. What I loved is your ability to overcome the adversity. Even when you knew you had a mistake of you tried for something that didn't work out for you, you came back, you got beat one time for a touchdown. You come back, get the interception going the other way for a 2-point for us because you never gave up. And I think as a linebacker, that's the leadership that has to be there.
Yes, sir. Absolutely, man. Just never giving up. My favorite Bible scripture is, if you faint in a day of adversity, your strength is small. So I kind of live by that. It's, whatever you go through, man, you got to figure out a way how to get over that hill. Life is all about getting over the hill. It could be family drama. You got, girlfriend relationship or whatever. You're going through it at your job. Just got to find a way to get over the hill, man. That's it.
I like that. Ricky, what have you noticed with Jalen being around for you and your culture of what you guys are trying to accomplish here?
Look, I mean, it's easy. First of all, I appreciate the compliments that he has about the organization. There are a lot of people that make a lot of things go for the Omaha Beef, from game day operations, office staff, fans. I mean, look, I believe what we have here is very special. Not that it's not anywhere else. What I've appreciated about Jalen, and I'll even say like our next guest, and even like several people, is it's easy to want to come here whenever everything is going and we're at our peak, whenever we're winning games, when we're competing for championships every single year, as we all know, this season has not started how we wanted it to. But I've always said it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And every player that plays on the Omaha Beef has opportunities to go other places and play other places, because we do try to recruit the top end talent that helps us achieve the goals that we want to achieve on the football field. And so whether it be Jalen, our next guest, anybody that's on the football team, they've stayed committed to the organization, stayed committed to their teammates. Some of their teammates are very new. Some of the teammates have only been there for a day or two or whatever. But there's what I like the most about it, Kendall, is this group that we have is special because this group has really dealt with some challenges and circumstances that we're not accustomed to over the last 5+ years. And they're still putting in the work every single day. The results haven't been what we wanted them to be in the win-loss column, but they've stayed committed. Like, we had an unfortunate situation where we got thrown into a bye week that we weren't planning on, and the guys were still here for practice. Normally guys take off and go home. We had a lot of the guys that had a couple things to go take care of, which they went and did, but we had a lot of the guys showing on up and putting in the work. And there's just no doubt in my mind, like I said, Kendall, it's not where we start, it's where we finish. The work that we're putting in is going to pay off in the win-loss column. Having people such as Jalen, our next guest, all the guys that are actually getting ready to start practice here at 8 o'clock, we're going to do Omaha proud, and we're going to be back to where we want to be at. And I'm not talking next year. We're one game into this streak here. We've got a tough opponent this weekend. I think we're going to be very well prepared, but I'm excited about that. I mean, there's a lot of special things going on for the 2026 season with the group of players and coaches that we have here. And I think our fans are recognizing that.
I love it. Jalen, we'll get you out of here on this because, of course, we took up some good time, but that's okay. Good. What should Omaha Beef Nation know about you beyond the game? What is your go-to? What's some things that you like to do? And if they're out there and they got any recommendations they could chat at you about?
Let's see. Where's the good bowling alleys? Does nobody go bowling?
Okay.
Dude, hey, let's go now, man. You're
Patio
talking to
bowl.
me, dude. Let's
Patio
go.
bowl right by me is nice. It's small. It's nice. We're over in Papillion.
Hey, Jay, I lived in Alaska.
Oh.
It's winter 8 months out of the year, and I'm
a lot of bowl.
Oh, left-handed. That's all I'm gonna say, man. You're talking first-round draft pick, right?
Oh, here we go.
I'm not that good.
Well, once again, Jalen Johnson, you'll see him number 42 on your program here on Saturday, but he'll be number 1 in that linebacker position as we go to take on Louisiana. Make sure to get your tickets. We're going to be right back with our next player guest.
It's pretty simple. We change oil.
As a single parent, I come here because I trust them with my car care needs.
It's been very good, very fast. I've never had to wait.
They've never tried to upsell me, but at the same time, they have always given me options.
It's great customer service, very friendly staff, and it's really fast and easy to get in and out.
Stop by King Fast Oil today. We change oil with a smile. I love
Ace Rent to Own. 4 ways to save. 1, cash sales with our best price guarantee. 2, up to 12 months, no interest. 3, short-term leasing. And 4, our best rent to own low weekly rate. Ace Rent to Own, where we
make friends. Welcome back to Primetime Beef Huddle. I'm your host, DJ K-Dub Omaha. To my left, or your right, I don't know, whatever direction you want to go. I got, of course, Ricky Burt's owner. Now we have quarterback Vincent Espinoza from Lincoln University. Welcome to the Omaha Beef.
Yes, sir. It's great to be here.
You know, what I like about you is you're a California guy. That means you have a tough competition out there that you played up against. You're a JUCO route player, which means that you know what hard work, dedication turns into when you get the opportunity to go to a HBCU college. What has that journey for you been like these past years to get to where you are today?
Starting off after high school, I did take 2 years off. I was playing semi-pro. Important message to the kids in high school: make sure you guys finish so it's easier route for y'all. Going into West Hills, well, I first went to Merced College, redshirted as soon as I got there. And then I transferred to West Hills College in Kalinga. And then we ended up going on a 2 back-to-back championship run. The first year we fell short of the bowl game, so we still won our championship. The second year, coming back, we won the bowl game and our championship, so the ring was a little bigger. That was good. But that culture was great. Everyone came from all over. You know, when you go JUCO, you see people from all over different states.
And they're just looking for an opportunity. They know that this is as low, and not low as in a bad way, because we have Iowa Western right across the way that has put up championship after championship after championship. But you got to do that hard work to get yourself to where you can get to an upper level college sometimes.
No, you're right. And then like that extra work is stuff outside of football. Like, what are you doing on your free time? Are you going to be studying more? Are you going to be watching more film, workouts? Like, working on your own is more important than working out, you know, when you have to, because it's your own discipline, your own integrity. It's everything you carry within yourself. When you go to sleep, you look at yourself in the mirror, and it's that deep, you know, especially like going the JUCO route. You got to work harder, because your next or the following 2 years after your second year, you know, you're gonna it's harder for big universities to bring you in, because they can invest in that on a 5-year student than a 2-year, you know. So JUCO, I was a little short of going Division I. So Division I offers and looks that I couldn't take a chance on. I also have 2 kids that I had to look for, you know. I don't want to bank everything trying to go Division I don't make it. So I went to Division II, and that's when I went to Lincoln University. I had other D2 offers, but I felt in my heart to go to Lincoln because, you know, when the coach reached out to me, said he needed help with changing the culture and changing the program from the younger, you know, freshmen going up. And going there, definitely, it was tough. Went through multiple head coaching changes, but stuck through, grinded the extra work that we talk about. And that's pretty much how the college went. We only won 1 game in those 2 years. So adversity, coming from a 2 back-to-back championship team, going to a 1-20 team, it was tough. You know, the individually wise, the stat wise, yes, it was good, but just winning as a team, you know, we did have a lot of freshmen every single year going up. I think when we're facing the top, you know, HBCU teams that we're going against, you know, the D line was all seniors. Our O line was freshmen every year.
Yeah.
So it was a good thing, but I loved the adversity going through that, because I needed that, you know. And after those 2 years, I got invited to 3 bowl games, and I try to, like, you know, stay headstrong and be like, okay, you know, I felt like I was doing good enough with what I had to deal with, you know. And all respect to, you know, the coaches and stuff at Lincoln, everybody, the whole organization. It was a very nice school. The staff, like, everybody just loved everybody, you know, and that's love. That's why I wanted to stay there too. And then going to the first bowl game, FCS Bowl, ended up being the overall MVP. So as Jalen kind of mentioned, you go there, there was 4 quarterbacks per team, so 8 total, and all 7 of them were Division I. I was Division II. So going there, you know, I was the last of the barrel. I went in last, getting the last reps in, and this was in Florida. Going into the game, when I went in on my drive, so we split drives. Everyone got their drive. By the 3rd, 4th quarter, the person who was balling out stuck with it. I so happened to be that person, and we ended up coming back and winning that. And that's what kind of sparked my whole, you know, professional offers from different countries. There's multiple, you know, NFL, CFL, Europe league. Like, it was so many different leagues I didn't really know, because growing up, to be honest, I watched the arena, but I didn't know how big it was, you know, from the different indoor leagues and stuff like that. So I was like, wow, okay, all these, you know, opportunities, but I was still in school during the spring. So the second one, I got invited to a more, if you did well enough in the FCS Bowl, you got brought up to the Tropical Bowl. So it's kind of ran by the same people. I ended up getting moved up to the Tropical Bowl, and I was leading passer in that one, and that was bigger schools. So that right there was like a teary-eyed type of moment, because I looked back at the 2 years before then and everything that we had to deal with, and it kind of like showed my worth and made me like feel more confident within myself, you know. And it's been a good ride during college.
Well, what I love is the no quit, the grit, and the ability to come back when most people will say, you take a year off, you'll never make it. And you never let that be part of your story. Of course, you're here with the Omaha Beef after some IFL time and stuff like that. What did you learn there that you're able to bring into here?
Experience. So it's my 6th year in here. Played for so many different coaches, so many different, you know, cultures, organizations. Coming here, everybody knows the beef. That's just what it is. It doesn't matter what league. The respect is there. The culture. Everything is high end. They've been playoff championship contestants every single year consistently. Like that's without a doubt. So, taking all the knowledge I have, from the previous coaches and everything that I've been through, bringing it here, to help lead this team to a championship. That's the goal. And we're not out. I don't think we're even close to being out, especially, even when we watched the games before I got here, rough start. But if you look at the film, like not getting blown out, like all these players when I got here, I know majority of them too, actually played against Jalen in the IFL last year, and every player is good. The vets, like, and it's when you get here, it's like a brotherhood, and that's something that's gonna help lead teams to the championship. There's no like different types of groups over here, like everyone's kind of together.
You said one big thing real quick before I'm going to get Ricky. You said one big thing. Everybody knows of the beef. When you know of the beef and now you're in the beef and a part of the beef nation, how real does that feel for you? And how real was it what people have said and what you're seeing?
Coming in, it's one of the biggest opportunities to come here regardless. It's a blessing. Every opportunity at any professional level is a blessing. The owners are amazing. That's without a doubt. Just the fact that, getting
I don't have any cash in my pocket.
Yeah.
Thanks for not paying them before the show, Ricky. I appreciate you.
No, just even simple stuff when hands-on, when, Jalen said hands-on, that's like, hey, how are you doing? Is everything okay? Like those just small questions go a long way. And that just truly shows that like the owners, the staff, just everyone involved with the beef, like truly cares about the players, right? It's not just, oh, go play. And, we genuinely feel like we're getting taken care of on all aspects. So that's something that, I appreciate. But coming here, everything was right. The arena's nice. Everything.
Couple of things here, because I'm going to get to the main point. But we asked Jalen here first. Who's your NFL team?
I'm gonna go with the Steelers.
Okay. See,
hey, I have friends that are massive Steeler fans back home. I'm a Rams fan, and we're notorious for shipping off great players to the Steelers for a ham sandwich and a bag of chips, like Kevin Green and Jerome Bettis, and they remind me all the time, So I wanted to ask that question.
Yes.
So I have my answer, but and I will share that in a second. But who do you think you tailor your game after, or who do you think most replicates who you are from an NFL quarterback standpoint? I've got my answer, and we'll see if I'm spot on here, and we'll let Kendall be the judge. So
it's gonna one of them, and I actually watched him through his whole college career, and even when he first got into the league, he had one of the
he
best.
says the same guy as me, I'm gonna be pissed.
I don't know. I love Robert Griffin III. So that's
RG3. Okay.
Our RG3, like, watching how he managed and even his work ethic. I followed him. Like I said, he works out crazy, squatting 4 or 5 plates, like all that stuff, crazy athletic, learned to pass. I mean, even though his NFL career, he's still commentating and all that. So I kind of looked out, but then also studied Tom Brady too, because even though how athletic I am, I don't want to put myself in just bad situation I don't need to put myself into. So learning how to pass the ball, learning how to get rid of it, reading defenses, process elimination before the play starts. That's where I really like studied that from.
So
who'd you have?
I had Joe Burrow. All right.
Okay.
Because he is just calm, cool, collect. I watch film. All right. I watch a lot of film. I upload everything I'll download stuff on VidSwap while I'm here in the morning. And so anyways, last night's practice was a defensive practice. And so they were really kind of running scout stuff. He probably already knows where I'm going, and we have a lot of vets on the defensive secondary primarily. And I'll just tell you, at a defensive practice where we're trying to run their scout, their team, and everything else, Vincent is dropping passes in there, pissing off the vets at practice last night because they were used to having it a certain way, like, oh, hey, this is going to be an interception. And at the last minute, he puts the ball just like perfectly right in there for the receiver to make the play and everything else and stuff. But I'm just going to tell you, I think that just the brief Vincent hasn't even played a game for us yet. All right. And I just think he's the kind of person who's going to let his game speak for itself. He's in control of the situation. He knows what's going on. He knows what to expect. And just watching the stuff that I've watched for a very brief time in practice, he is dissecting stuff so very quickly. And he just reminds me of Joe Burrow. So I don't know if that's an acceptable analogy or not. And no, it's not because you're wearing black and orange, it doesn't hurt that Joe Burrow's colors, but
that's right.
No, but that's who Espinosa reminds me of. Reminds me of Joe Burrow. He knows what job he's here to do, and he doesn't. Nothing rattles him. He's just, hey, I'm going to be here, and at the end of the game, we'll see what happens.
Well, we'll get him out of here on this because, of course, they got to get over to practice. But what I love is he mentioned something that not a lot of players do on here, and he mentioned a responsibility back home, kids. And he's got one shot. He knows that every time he's got to produce what he can. It's not just to come hang out. He's missing time from family. Everybody, all the players that come in from out of town have the family. But when you mention the kids and you took the time off before you went to college, like that hits hard because that tells me you looked, you talked, you made the right decision to go, I can still do what I love and still take care back at home. For Beef Nation, what should they know about you? Of course, on this note, you're the 7th quarterback that they're going to see. They, of course, have a lot in their mind. And 2, what's something that you do outside of football that everybody should get to know about you?
First, today, so talking about the kids and stuff, today marks the 1 year that, last year my daughter was born. 3 weeks later, she passed. And this was when I was in season and all that stuff. So today is actually her birthday. Family's watching right now. Sent them a link. But, they're having a little celebration for that. But I like to stream, so I play Call of Duty. I'm used to the headset.
He did say the 30 bag.
Yeah, the 30 bag. I like anime, and that's pretty much more about me. But
we're excited for your family to see you play your first game in front of a home crowd. I know your story from what happened a year ago with your daughter, and I was almost like, hey, I don't know if I had a chance to prep Kendall about that or not or whatever, but no, I mean, like I said, Vincent, we're lucky to have you here. We're lucky that your family is allowing you to take time away from them because these are moments you don't get back. I mean, it's kids are only their age once and you never get that time back. And we're thankful for your time here with us and your family making the sacrifices to allow you to be here to kind of continue to pursue this. And like I said, Espinosa is going to have something very special for our fans in the game on Saturday. We got a great opponent, good people coming in, a lot on the line, but I'm telling you, like I said, I think our fans are going to be very, very happy with who we have at QB1 playing for us.
Well, once again, make sure to get to know him. QB1 for Saturday.
Actually, we can just spell that. We can just call him QB8 right now. Is what
QB8, number 8 on that card. Make sure to check him out.
He's got it.
Make sure to be here loud.
He has a little interesting fact. All right, whenever he wears number 8, what's happened whenever you wore number 8, Espinosa?
So 2 back-to-back championships happened.
Let's go. You already know. Let's go see you Saturday. Make sure to come check out some of the new players. But remember, Beef Nation, Saturday, 6:30. Get your tickets, beeffootball.com. And we'll see you here shortly with our next inductee to the Omaha Beef Hall of Fame.
Omaha Beef Football. Prime dancers. Rump roasters. Slaughterhouse. Are you ready? DJ next one. You ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Welcome to the Orange Kingdom. Yeah. Orange Kingdom. Welcome to the Orange Kingdom. Yeah. Orange Kingdom. Welcome to the Slaughterhouse where we run it. Yeah, we really want it. Beef Nation got them shaking. Got a ring and we flown it. Prime dancers be on it. I bet the competition's no opposition. We come to take and we done it. Ricky is the chief. Saying, let's go beef. Welcome to the Orange Kingdom. Yeah. Orange Kingdom. Welcome to the Orange Kingdom. Yeah. Orange Kingdom. Welcome to the Slaughterhouse. Orange and black. about to win this. Defense stays on attack. You on a hit list. Spike blocking and dumping, jumping out the gymnasium. You want to see the best meet us at the Beef Stadium. Yeah. Orange Kingdom. Welcome to the Orange Kingdom. Let's go, Beef. Orange Kingdom. Slaughterhouse. Orange Kingdom. Prime dancers. Orange Kingdom. Let's roll, baby.
That's right. That's right. We're about to roll, just Ricky and myself. Before we get our inductee, we appreciate everybody tuning in. We appreciate all those comments on our Facebook and our social media. We cannot do what we do without you. Unfortunately, those two segments, I was really trying to get to the athletes, so I will make sure they get all the messages, and welcome to Beef Nation. We appreciate you. But, man, we have another inductee.
We do. And I got to give a big shout out, though. Keith Carter, who is a personal friend of mine, Rouxgaroux's favorite food. He's probably going to say beef. You know what I mean? Keith is the owner of the franchise down there, doing an incredible job. I'm hoping he gets an opportunity to come on up here just on game day to kind of see how we do some stuff and everything else. But just want to give a big shout out to Keith and his entire organization, how he runs that, what he's doing, the things that he's implemented here in his first year of ownership with the team. Just really hats off to him. He's a great example for the NAL, a great partner to have, and he's going to do a lot of great things in this league for us as well. So,
and from the outside looking in, what I could see is a lot of things going great down there compared to what they were having. And I see on their media side, I see it on just the way that the players are rolling with a little bit more strut. Like, it matters. It makes the league stronger. It makes the competition better. And we love that because that's what we're here for. The whole, like you said, one wins, one loses. You're either all in or you're not.
Now, you don't like the odds, don't play the game. But no, this is a playoff game for both teams. And so our fans are going to have a treat, man. We have playoff football. Like I said, we have a goal of having 7 games left, and this is a playoff game for us, just like it is for them. And so our fans are going to get a special treat for this Mother's Day weekend. So, but we'll talk more about that as we roll into the game and stuff. But yes, so back to, I cut you off there a little bit,
No,
Hall of Fame coming up here. Yes. We're about to announce our second person to be inducted in the class this year. And Kendall, if you're okay with it, I'll kind of take the lead on it.
I'll have you take this lead.
So there's a lot of people that make the Omaha Beef what they are today. And that happens on the field, off the field. And this individual, I am lucky to call him a friend, but he really is a mentor for me. He has done so much. A lot of people talk about the things that we do today and the work that we do on and off the football field. And I can tell you that this individual is so incremental in who we are today and what we have done since my time coming here in 2018. This guy tells me the way that it is. He doesn't like candy coated, doesn't blow smoke up, whatever, the ideas, the suggestions, the business mind, the history of Omaha and why you want to look at doing all these different things. I mean, him having a tie to really the sports environment here in Omaha. And I know people in Omaha are very excited about football. They're talking about the UFL. Omaha's listed as one of the teams and stuff. And I can tell you right now that there's no doubt in my mind, if they do bring a team to Omaha, this is going to be the first person they're going to call, because he was the general manager of the Nighthawks, in addition to being the general manager of the Omaha Beef as well. But just really lucky to call this individual not only a mentor, but a friend of mine and really a member of the Omaha Beef family. And so with him getting inducted into the Hall of Fame this season, along with our other people that are coming, we've already announced Tommy and some other people as well. Again, we wouldn't be who we are today. I play an important role in the whole organization. And honestly, this individual has to be one of the most instrumental people in helping me guide us to where we are today. So I guess we'll go and bring him on the show here. Well, if you guys can go ahead and welcome Mr. Don Igo. Don, I appreciate you joining us here, buddy.
Hey guys, how are you?
We're doing good, Don. Welcome to the show. And of course, tonight's sponsor, Americano Realty Group. We appreciate that as well.
And Don, I don't know, was he able to hear all the stuff I talked with before we hopped
on the
stage?
He could hear before, right?
All right.
Right. I heard all that good stuff. Nice job, Ricky.
Well, hey, I had a really good mentor and a person helping me out. But no, Don, again, want to tell you congratulations. Again, I cannot say it enough, who we are today and a lot of the success that we've had. Don, you have been one of the most key instrumental people. Like, there's very few people that I will call. I mean, I'll call people and I want answers and I want help and I want guidance. And so our championships, our success that we've had, I mean, just so our fans know, I mean, Don, you've been one major individual in making that happen. So thank you for not only what you've done for us today, but I guess if you can just share a little bit of your history with the beef, going back to the Clem Shot days and everything else and stuff way back in the day when it started, and we'll kind of go from there, Don.
Absolutely. Well, how it all started for me was my wife, Sherry, she worked in radio, and I was thinking about buying tickets. I bought season tickets right behind the opposing team's bench, and we went to the first game. It was sold out. It was just awesome.
Civic, right?
It's the Civic. And I came home and I told her, I said, hey, I got some great ideas. If you guys ever talk to the owner of the beef, James Clemshot, if you ever talk to him, tell John Ginsky, which was the contact with the beef and the radio station. And she goes, I will. So then a couple of days later, I get a call from John Ginsky, and he says, hey, the owner of the beef wants to meet you. I'm like, what? So we went to lunch, and he had an intern with him, and she brought like a yellow pad of paper, and I just started firing away ideas, and she's writing them all down. And he's like, my God, I needed you like a month ago. And I was just a fan at the time. So I keep, feeding him more information. And as the year went on, he came up with an illness, and he called me up and said, hey, can we go to lunch? We went to Chili's out in La Vista. And he goes, Don, I don't know if you know this, but I have cancer and I need somebody to run the team. And I don't know of anybody else that can do it. I have investors that live out of town, New York City, Milwaukee, other places, but I don't have anybody in Omaha. Would you be willing to do it? And I was like, absolutely. So the 2001 season, which would be the next season, I took the helm with the beef. Jim and I never were in the same room together ever again. He never came to the office once I took over. It was Coach Buddha, my unbelievable front office. I had great staff, Jennifer Good, Nick Krause, Kevin Schuster. I mean, the guys I had working with me, I was so lucky. Our goal was to sell out every game. We just wanted 1% of the population. At the time, Omaha was 800,000 people, so we were just wanted, 1% of that, so 8,000 people per game. And I was told by one of the owners, who's the general manager of Augusta National Golf Course, called and told me, hey, you let the attendance drop below 6,000 and you're fired. I'm like, okay. So that was our, we had to hit 6, and we were very lucky to have attendance go up in my year, the second year with in existence. And then from then on, I tried to buy the team, came up with about half the money that I needed to. So the owners decided to go a different direction. And then Rich Coffey took over, great guy. He took over, and then it was subsequently sold a couple times before, thank God, Ricky got it and got it all straightened out.
Well, just for fans base, what was a team cost back then?
They
had a half amount.
Yeah, they wanted $880,000 at the time. I mean, we had 3,000 season ticket holders. We had $300,000 in sponsorships. And that was putting lipstick on a pig because we were at the Civic. So, we did some crazy stuff to draw attention, but, there was no parking down there. The parking garage was about it. So we'd have things out in front for the rides for the kids, inflatables. We had a band every single pregame outside, local bands that were trying to make it. And we had beer garden outside, and then we had VIP rooms. We tried to really make it bigger than it was. That was our whole premise was make it bigger than it was. And we had some phenomenal players that didn't hurt either.
Well, then you go off to the Omaha Nighthawks, which Ricky brought up, where Omaha could be a destination again for a UFL team.
I sure hope so.
I have a Omaha Nighthawks jersey that I still wear. It's a Mon Green, of course, former Nebraska prep. What was that experience like for you, and how did that compare to the Omaha Beef stuff?
Well, working with the Beef, I had met Roger Dixon, the president of Mecca, and him and I became friends. And he called me up one day and said, hey, listen, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's a a new football league coming around asking questions. It's called the United Football League. And I had never heard of them at the time yet. And so I started looking into it, and they were talking about playing at universities and playing at high school fields. And I thought, oh, geez, I'm probably not going to be interested. Well, then I get a call from the president of NFL Europe, Bill Peterson, and he said, hey, I'm going to be down at the Hilton in Omaha. I'd like to get together with you. And I said, well, all right, but I'm not wearing a suit or anything. He goes, no, I know what you do for a living. Just come on down. So we met for dinner, and he explained everything to me and how it was going to be. And he said, you don't have the job. You're going to be going against some guys with NFL experience that want this job. You're going to be going against some local guys, but you're more than welcome to interview for it. I'm like, that's all I can ask for. So about 2 weeks went by, and then he called me up and said, hey, let's go out for dinner. And so I came. Now I was wearing a suit, and he said, I'm not wearing a suit. So I'm like, okay. So I hurry up and took the suit off and
switched it around, huh?
Yeah. I took the suit off and took the tie off, and him and I met at a place in the old market. And then he said, this is an interview, so however you want to play it. I was like, okay. So we started talking, and I gave him some ideas of, similar to what I did with the beef. And he's like, okay, sounds great. I'll get back with you. How much money do you want? How much do you need? This and that. What are some of the things that, what's the first thing you would do? Who's the first person you would hire? Some great questions. And I was pretty much ready for it. So then I sorted it out another week or so. I didn't really tell nobody about it, but there was some rumblings from my friends that had known that I had interviewed for it. And then I got the call. He's like, we need you to start tomorrow morning at 9:00, and I'll meet you at the hotel, and let's get going. And then that's how it all started. And it was just awesome from the get-go. We also made that bigger than it probably was too. I mean, we sold out every game I was in charge of. We had Nelly come in, as you may know, for our first halftime. I didn't even need to have Nelly. And I told the league, I said, I don't need anybody. We're already sold out. We need a bigger stadium. And so the powers that be with the UFL at the time were like, are you serious? So then they did some checking, and yeah, we are sold out. It was probably the hottest ticket in the city, I think, in my lifetime, without a doubt. Everywhere you looked, everybody was talking about it. The premise was make it affordable. So we had some very inexpensive season tickets. Our apparel was very affordable. We worked with Ideal Images. We worked with the convenience stores. We went really easy. Lawlers. We made it very affordable for everybody, so everybody could put the gear on. Our sponsorships were 3 times better than anybody else in the league. I think because of the way we acted. I mean, we were going to sell out. Once again, we're putting lipstick on a pig because we were at Rosenblatt, so we had to make sure the field even fit. I mean, it was a lot of things that went into it, but the players that we were getting, with Jeff Garcia, Amon, Maurice Claret, I mean, we were getting some great headlines, and our PR staff with the league was just phenomenal. They practiced down at the Kroc Center, which was like an NFL facility, It was just awesome. So a lot of things came together for us that made it very successful. And it's too bad that what happened to the league. They were pretty much banking on the NFL going on strike. And so they would be the premier league at the time. And the NFL didn't go on strike. So the league slowly, dissipated from there. But I like the new league. I mean, I love what they got going on. I'm kind of surprised at some of the attendance figures. Like, some teams are doing great. I think the UFL personally needs to be in secondary markets. Orlando, okay, but they've tried everything in Orlando.
Well, look what they're doing in St. Louis. I mean, Don, I agree with you. I mean, it
needs to be in secondary markets where people are starved. I mean, if you were to really stop and think about it, besides the beef, Omaha is the largest city in America without a football team. And I mean that college-wise or professional. At the time we were playing in the UFL, we were the second smallest city in the world to have a professional football team behind Green Bay. And we were selling out.
What I love is there's so many things that Don has talked about in this short time between beef and his UFL time that it just reflects exactly what you said without saying it about how important he has been to what you do, whether it is the ticket prices, being convenient for family. Like, it is the same motto.
But I'm telling you, Don too, though, will come to me and say, I don't know, get the bleep, but what the hell are you doing? I mean, but
no, and I mean it in the right way. Like,
well, but that's what I need, though. You know,
yes.
I mean, that's what I need. That's what I want. I mean, the thing I love about Don, I ask him a question, I get the answer. I don't get this
sugarcoat.
No, that's, I mean, and so no, like I said, I mean, just we as an organization are just so lucky to have him, and so I mean, you can call this the Omaha Beef Hall of Fame award that Don is so deserving of, but on many levels, you can call this the Omaha Sports Franchise Hall of Fame award that Don should have gotten a long time ago. Because, like I said, I mean, this USFL thing happens. I mean, Don, you're the first guy they got to be calling. I mean, knowing Don, the way I do, he's probably already got the phone calls. He's not going to say that he's got them. He's not going to say that he's got them. You know what I mean?
Look at that grid. Look at that shit-eating grid over there.
He's like, oh shit, is my email hacked or something like that? You know. Anyways, but no, I mean, it's again.
We need a stadium here. I mean, we can't have a 6,500 seat soccer stadium.
I've been
spend $100 million for that.
I was about to go into my next question.
But Don, you have to say though, for one thing, obviously that's soccer and it's separate. But that does deserve it for all that Union Omaha has done. They've won championships. They have beat major league soccer teams, over 6 of them. They have competed at a high level just as
right.
You know,
I mean, but here's the thing though, and I think Don would agree with me on this. It's the you know, it's you either accept where you're at, or you build where you're going to go. And it's one or the other. There's not this in the middle part. And I think what they're doing is they're trying to go small, middle, and then big. It's like, no, it's either this and stay what you're doing, or it's that. Don't. This is the death zone in the middle, and that's what Don is talking about. I mean, if they're going to spend the money for this, and I hope I don't get in trouble by saying this by the powers that be, but I agree wholeheartedly with Don. I mean, it's you talked about, Don mentioned the size of Omaha, and there really is no destination sports hub area in the city of Omaha, and they are really missing a golden opportunity to put something in there kind of similar to, you call like the Power and Light District in Kansas City or whatever. I mean, you're really missing. If they're going to go, they're dipping their toe in the water and
not full in.
No, and I mean, and it's, look, I mean, it's, I'm probably going to talk about stuff over my head, but it's, if you're going to go, you got to go. And I hope what they're doing and how they're doing it. I'm not trying to criticize who is doing what. I don't want to, we could talk about this for a while in the show, but how they're doing it, I've never seen it worked out successful, I guess is what I'm going to say, Don. Right. I mean, the success rate is so much smaller than trying to go from one to go to the big part that Don's talking about. You know, I got the success rate's a lot smaller than what people think it is, you know, and Don, you can articulate that way better than me. So
no, I 1,000% agree with you. I just, I don't know. It's baffling to me that you can spend all that money, get the tax increment money, and only do a 6,500 seat arena or a venue. You know, they could play the championship high school football games at this venue. You know, it's pretty sparse in Lincoln. I know all the kids probably want to play a game in Lincoln. Well, that might be the championship game, but the playoffs could all be at a 30,000 to 35,000 seat venue in Omaha. Which is multi-sport. It could be various things. Volleyball can be outside there. I mean, there's a million things that they could do with a larger venue. But if we don't have anything, then we'll never grow beyond where we're at today as far as sports teams.
I got what you mean there.
So hold on here. So and again, we'll get back talking about the Hall of Fame with Don, but the analogy of if you build it, they will come does not apply if you don't have the ability to support it. Right. And where Don is going is Omaha has the ability to support it. So many times, different communities, cities, whatever, will build something with the expectation of this is all going to come on in, and they don't have the ability to support that. Whereas Omaha, I'm sure there's other cities out there like that, but again, I've been here since 2018. Omaha has the infrastructure, they have the bandwidth, I guess we could say, to support it. So this isn't kind of going to build something and all this stuff comes. It's already there. It just, there's not a mechanism to capitalize on that yet. And so I think what we're trying to articulate and say here is that I'm excited that they're wanting to go down this road of do that, but the infrastructure is there for them to do so much more. And if
Bigger,
they do,
better.
I mean, if they do, it will explode 10 times over what they think it's going to do.
I gotcha.
I mean,
Well, currently, don't the Beef lead all indoor leagues with attendance currently, or are you guys close to that?
So we're in the top 10%. We're in the top 10%. And
there you go. And how long you been around for? 26 years. I mean, come on. Name another indoor football team, arena football team that's been around for 26 years. There isn't any.
There's none.
It's
so.
you, right?
Well, and for yourself, I mean, of course, you're now a part of the Hall of Fame, but did you ever think that it would go this long with everything that you were part of early for that year? Did you think the Omaha Beef would be
in the beginning, I thought we would be going down to the Quest Center. I thought we'd be filling 18,000 seats up at the Quest Center. And then when I left and started to go, down in attendance, it was pretty disheartening. Some of the ownership was pretty disheartening, what was being done and to cheapen the product. I mean, not to say anything, to gloat, but we never took a bus when I ran the Beef. We flew everywhere, to New Jersey. To Boise. Everywhere we flew. Most of the times I would rotate guys into first class because I had bought so many tickets, I would get first class tickets. We had tremendous support from the fans, and we thought it was going to be, continue to be bigger. It's kind of like what has happened, with. I thought it was going to happen. We would continue to be bigger, but it cheapened. We would spend money on fireworks inside the arena. Okay. We had that going on during my year. We would have bands. We would have a hot tub. We would spend money to make money, where it hurt going to games prior to Ricky that, the big giveaway was somebody throwing a t-shirt from a company in Sioux City. Come on. It just really hurt my feelings pretty bad when the demise was happening. It was a blessing when Ricky came. Everybody knew it because of the passion he had for it. And that's why I was probably a little bit hard on him, because I was taking his temperature. The very first time we met, Ricky's going to laugh at this, but the very first time we met at a place, and I said, how come your schedule poster is not on the wall here?
How come my schedule's not on the coasters or the glasses? We were sitting at the bar having a drink on. He goes, your schedule should be on every single coaster right here as people are sitting down having a beer.
What are we doing? I would have Miller beer. They would have beer glasses with Miller logo and the Beef logo at bars all over the city. Coasters. Like I said, we made it bigger than it is. Our prime dancers were sponsored by Miller beer. Now if they were doing a school event, they wouldn't wear their Miller beer clothes, but they would be at bars constantly promoting it. It was just different, and I'm glad that Ricky came and fixed it, because it was we still
have more to do. We still have a lot. The list of stuff to do versus what we've done is still astronomically bigger, and he can add to it. So no, we still have more to do. I still have not implemented everything Don's told me. So
yeah, you're going the right direction. I was at the game last week, and I love watching the people. I love watching the kids. I love watching the adults, the passion behind it, because that's the way I was when I was a fan. I was very passionate. I was behind the opposing team's bench, and I was just into it. I was very impressed with the professionalism of the teams in the beginning. I had known that the Arena League was thinking about Omaha at the time. Mr. Foster was thinking about Omaha, and they had sold out the game that they had at the Civic, so he was thinking that. But then when the guys that came in with Clem Shot, he went with a different league. Did you know in our league that Brett Favre's dad was a coach in the opposing team from Mississippi?
No, at all.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Brett Favre's dad. There he is, right there. It was great. Hannah Storm, the sportscaster for ESPN, her father was the commissioner of the league. So I mean, it was just awesome.
Well, I, of course, haven't been able to meet you, but I do greatly appreciate you, of course, implementing some things prior, and then everything from my outside looking in, like the way that it is handled here with the Omaha Beef under Ricky. And of course,
you guys are doing a great job. I love what you guys do. I love you specifically with your podcast and your coach's show. It's just awesome. The stuff you guys are doing on the field. I don't necessarily love some of that stuff. I don't do empty pizza box races, but I want dancers dancing then, or I want guys drinking beer then, so I'm just a little bit different. I did things a little bit different than what Ricky does, but something's been very successful. So I'm very happy with it. I'm a sponsor, right, Ricky?
You are, Don. Yes, you are.
I'm a sponsor, see?
Yeah, so no, big time. He's been a supporter since Don's been a partner since 2018, since I've got here. So, and he's been Don has really been an ambassador of the organization. He's brought a lot of business prospects to the games and then introduced me to him, brought a lot of people. Just there's so many things that him and really Sherry as well that have done that have really kind of given us the success that we've got. So, well,
and I appreciate your feedback on the podcast and everything we're trying to do. We're, of course, just really trying to make sure that Beef Nation gets that connection beyond the field, because the field is so short. It's so shrunken in time that they really get to know these players. And of course, as you've said, it's very fluid sometimes, where even if we give these guys, their one or two times to be able to talk to the fans and give a message to them, it gives them that reason to be a part of the Beef beyond just the game. So
it's a great organization, and I'm so thankful that Omaha has it. And you've been going on for 26 years. It's just great. I mean, it's just great. It just shows you, the community that we have here for football. It is football country. I don't care what Ohio State says. This is football country here. We need more.
I don't disagree with you, Don. And like I said, we're very excited to welcome you to the Hall of Fame coming up on the 23rd. We've got we have another Husker we'll be announcing next week. That
nice.
Don will have a connection to as well, plus some other guys and stuff. So no, again, it just this is like I'll give credit all the way back to Todd, kind of making sure that we really push this to happen. There's a lot of people that have made this thing go, from office people such as Don. We've had ownership inducted. We've had coaches. We've had a prime dancer, rump roaster, players, and all that. And again, just there's so many levels of people that help make this a success is what it is. And Don, I mean, this has been long overdue, and just very appreciative for what you've done for us, what you've done for me personally, but really what you've done for the city of Omaha as well. So,
well, thank you. Appreciate that. Stop by my Hall of Fame party.
Well, I'll be stopping by. Trust me. I mean, it's he's got the top shelf stuff going on there.
When's that?
I was during the game.
Oh,
you need to stop by too. We get some pictures taken.
Well, so I have sad news.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the 23rd is a game I can't attend.
Oh no.
And unfortunately, I'm a DJ outside of here, and weddings are booked a year in advance, if not further. So that is one that it hits hard. It sucks. I wish I could do else, but if I was not doing that, I would be going to Ohio, because my youngest daughter's going there for law school, and my wife has to move her there by herself. So it kind of sucks, where I'm kind of missing a lot of life. But we appreciate you, Don, and hopefully you come out to another home game. And
he's at home, dude. I mean, he's Don's there,
then
man.
I better catch him at the next home game.
Yes,
I better catch him.
See you this weekend, right?
Yes, sir. 6:30.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yes,
Take
sir.
care.
We'll get out of here, Ricky, real quick, but we got, of course, a couple flyers here that we wanted to talk about and mention.
And we'll go with the flyers, but also to talk about first-round draft pick on bowling, David Peterson. I've seen that guy bowl, man. Woo! I mean, I'm good. I mean, I'm good, but I mean, David will beat me 8 out of 10 times. I'm pretty freaking good, but he's the man. He's the Hall of Fame bowler for the Omaha Beef. That's for sure. So
I'm not. I do okay.
No,
I'm a 2-fingered. I do a little curve. But anyways, we got a couple camps coming up. Make sure to check out. First one is the dance camp, May 23rd.
Absolutely. I mean, this is something we've been doing for a number of years, ever since I've been here. We have a strong registration sign up for it, but do pay attention to that. We need you to register if you can before May 17th to ensure your shirt size and everything else. Again, for $30, it gets you a ticket to the game. You'll get an invite to the camp that goes on that day from instruction and training from either the rump roasters or the prime dancers, depending upon which group you're going to be performing with. And they'll actually perform at that game at halftime, which of course is our Hall of Fame game as well. So it's only $30 if you register now. It gets and you actually can get tickets at a discounted price as well. The registration cost goes up after the 17th. So scan the QR code, click on the link, call the office. We'll get you taken care of. But that is a camp that we have every single year with literally like dozens and dozens and dozens of kids. And it's really a great experience for them performing on the football field at halftime. But then we'll roll into the following week, though. We have our Iowa West Sportsplex Youth Football Camp that will be taking place. This is actually going to be on the 31st. It's on Sunday because of the schedule change. It was going to be on that Saturday, but since we're playing a game coming back from Louisiana, which is going to be a hard-fought game on the road, we'll actually have our first Omaha Beef Youth Football Camp taking place on Sunday. Again, go on ahead and you can scan the QR code and everything else. You'll actually get a football instruction from the players. You'll get a shirt. You'll get a ticket to any 2020. Well, we'll see what happens on the playoffs. We got to make it first, and then
that's
home
right.
game or not or whatever. There's a lot of things that got to happen. But they'll actually get a ticket to any game if it's not for the playoffs for this year, for next season. And again, it's a great experience for the kids, me having kids myself and stuff like that. I mean, they're going to have the time of their life. And, you can register and get signed up for that as well. That'll be on the 31st of May as well.
Well, once again, I greatly appreciate everybody that has tuned in, checked out, supported what we do here on Primetime Beef Huddle. We have been gone for 2 weeks, but we're back. And then next week, you said we're going to announce another Hall of Fame inductee. Make sure to check out. But until then,
I already dropped the hit, man. Another former Husker, so
put that in your ear. Till then, this Saturday, 6:30 here at the Slaughterhouse. You already know what it is. It is game time versus Louisiana Rouxgaroux. We're welcoming back into the Slaughterhouse. This is the third game versus that team in their franchise, right? 2 last year. This is 3.
Yep, 2 last year.
Game 3. Make sure to come out here. Be loud. Why? Because we can't do what we do without you, the fans, who help cause chaos in the game. Be here at 5:30. Get your tickets at beeffootball.com or call the office and they'll figure it out, or come down here. We'll see you on Saturday. And until next time, always remember, go Beef.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the Omaha Beef Coaches Show.
You either want it that bad or you just want to be having the name on your shirt.
We're going to discuss with him everything going on here.
We want to set the standard. We want to give our fans the best thing possible that we can.
But we are the #1 TRT company in the nation.
And then we got out there, first possession, score.
We're going to be here every Monday night, 6 o'clock, Goose's Downtown Pavilion.
Let's get this started now!